YouTube, what's going on with you? So, I'm still at the house. Reason why I'm at the house, I was supposed to leave out Thursday. It's Wednesday right now. The truck is in the shop. So, I had a slow coolant leak. I've been having a slow coolant leak for a while now. Back when I got the truck, I think back in like June or something, I replaced a hose clamp on the truck that got me to where we're at right now. I was just having to put too much cooler in it, and it was, I was going home as a shop in New Jersey, not too far from the house. So I figured, hey, get it done while I'm at home. So I'm gonna actually, uh, what had got the problems I was having was a slow coolant leak. It was I'm gonna put a picture inside the video. There was a coolant leak that connects to the oil cooler, and then the upper radiator hose, and then I also had a slow air leak that I've been talking since I've had the truck. Um, I take care of that. I guess that was an air valve, primary side air valve that needed to be replaced. So that's being worked on right now. Just got off the phone with the shop. They say they need to get it okay from KLM. So I just contacted the KLM to uh, get them to send the PO through. Once they do that, the shop's gonna give me a call back to okay everything. Right now the total is at 8. Well, last time I checked, the total was at 829, and then they had to overnight the part from Memphis to Tennessee. He said an extra $30, so we'll just say an extra $50. So I'm at $900 for something I definitely could have done myself. The part, the actual hose was $31. Um, so basically, what I'm paying for is them time. I'm paying for them diagnosing. I don't know if I said that right. Diagnosing the actual problem. But the coolant line, I really could have did that myself. Um, like I'm kicking myself that I didn't actually take care of that portion of the repair. But the thing is, I was already at the shop. I noticed, I saw where the leak was coming from, but then also I noticed there was a puddle of oil around. Not necessarily a puddle, but an oil leak where it's kind of stains around. It's like spreads like a slow leak. I'll take a picture of that too, put it in there. That's what it was. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's maybe it's something worse. So I'm already at the shop. I was only supposed to be at home until Tuesday, and I didn't want to spend that whole time, working on the truck. I didn't see my family for a month. I didn't, I just, if I said fuck it, I have the money, fuck it, let's get it fixed. But when he said 820, I'm like, fuck. Comes with trucking though. I mean, it could have been way worse. I could have had a blown head gasket. Who knows how much that would have been? I've heard the highest bill I've heard. This is for an actual end frame. It's like $25,000. So luckily, like I said, the engine only has about, I think, 271,000 on it. So I shouldn't have it. Other than this problem, I should be, well, actually 300,000 is coming up. So I'm gonna have to get the DEF filters replaced. So oof. Either they're gonna replace the filters or they're gonna clean the filters. I want them to go ahead and replace the filters, so I'm good for another 300K. But I don't know. I may not be at this particular company for long, because like I said, I've been telling you the whole time. Once I get my year of experience, I'm looking now for a better company. I might just go on. I mean, KLM is cool, but I just hear way too many stories of people making way more. Like, what I'm saying, $2, $3 a mile. I can't ignore that. We all doing the same job. Like I said, I'm a rookie. I don't even got my first year of experience, but I heard about this like 5 months. I was ready to switch companies, but my cousin, my brothers, they all like get that first year of experience. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be hopping from company to company. And I can give a company, I can give them a year. I mean, it's not like I'm broke. Now, when I first started, when I was OTR, and over the road, I was ready. I was making like $600 a week. I was like, that's shit's not worth it at all. But that was my fault too. Like I said, that was my fault. Like my first load out the gate, I went up to I went home pretty much. Went to Massachusetts, and you know I was in Connecticut. I stopped at home. I took 48 hours off. So I was playing catch up, and then I ran out of hours. I ran out of drive time hours somewhere in Indiana, and then that was I think that was like my second or third load. I was running out of time. I ran out of time, and then I wasn't. I was. I was running on my last hour of the. When the Qualcomm's talking to you, I was running on that hour. So, and then at the last 20 minutes of the trip, I had a freaking detour. So I had to take 40 minutes to go all around. So I was like, and then after that, while I was on OTR side, it was just opposite. I mean, obviously, if you was a dispatcher, you know what I'm saying, you got paid. Like you're not gonna give the person miles. You know what I'm saying? He's like, this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You're not a runner. You don't know what the hell you're doing. That's what the dispatcher was saying. I can't blame him, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, I ain't a company driver. I'm trying to make, I got a payment to make. So, like I said, when I switched over to no, that was my last week with that training dispatcher. So, like I said, I got Scott. Scott was pretty cool. I got plenty of damn miles. And then I went over to BASF. I got no problems with BASF other than the fucking layover pay. I only did like 2,200. I think I did 2,200 miles and only got $100 for layover pay. I'm not too happy about that. But other than that, I mean, I got no problems. I mean, when I go, they get me home when I want to go home. If I'm getting the miles, I usually get around 2,700 miles. So I'm, it's not bad. I mean, it's just that, I don't want to get complacent, because 1,250. I mean, it sounds good, but then like I said, you gotta take taxes out. You gotta take taxes out of that. So, matter of fact, I gotta devise a system to keep up with my expenses over the road. Like I keep all my receipts, but condensing that into something manageable where you can just edit it, on the road and add to it as you go, versus just wait to the end of the year and then trying to throw everything together to where it makes sense. And another thing, I don't know if I want to use Trucking Pro, because Trucking Pro, it just, I don't know, I don't like the interface. I think Ray, the guy behind it, he was giving out coupons for half off. So it was 75, but I didn't take advantage of the offer, and I hit him up for another half off code. He sent me one for 30 or 25% off. So so I was gonna try out QuickBooks Pro or the QuickBooks Online version or whatever. So that, I like how that's in the cloud, but I'm not sure how to, I don't know how to set it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I don't know how to set that up. Like, as far as like inputting my settlement information into the system, how will they be a vendor or something like that? I'm not sure. I just, like I said, it's my first go around with actually setting up an actual business. I've had online businesses, but as far as like detailed accounting, I've never done that. I just pretty much go off what's in my email, and just put down a couple notes and I have a notepad on my phone. But that's pretty much how I do it. But I need to devise a system where I can see all my running tallies for the year up to date. I need to view a profit and loss sheet. I also need to get. I thought I got my Brad Duns and Bradstreet number. I spoke with the office back in April 12th. I just called them a couple hours ago. They can't find my ID, so I gotta wait another 30 days to get that ID. They was trying to sell me on that system for like $15,000, where they do everything, but obviously, if you watch YTTA, E. Dean Cole, he dropped a very informative video about business credit. along with the other guys on YouTube, dropping good information on that. I think Ghost and now Chasing Andrew Jackson, dropping some great information about that. So it's just I'm just taking this small step at a time, you know. I already jumped out there in the lease, so I'm just trying to stay above water, and that's it. But as far as coming to KLLM with no experience, I mean, I would only recommend it for that 1 year. If Prime does a hiring in your state, um, those were my choices between Prime and KLLM. Uh, with Prime, you gotta come up with some money out of your pocket. Now that's not an issue, but before, well, in my situation, I was switching jobs, so I was gonna quit my job and then go down to KLLM and start that like the next week. So that was my situation. So that KLLM made sense for me in that department. But they don't do percentage pay. I think like, well, this is one thing I say about KLLM. KLLM, they put. I feel like they run you like a company driver, pretty much. So you know what I'm saying, you obviously you're a business, but they run you like a company driver, so you can concentrate on, the whole driving part, and running your business. And then, you know what I'm saying, once you got that down pat, then you can move on to another company and make more money. Because like I said in my paycheck videos, staying here at KLM, it only makes sense until after that first. For me, it only makes sense until after that first